this is game 4. It is game
Oh,
4 of a best of 5. It is between TSLRevival, who is the blue Zerg, and Blast Roof, who is the purple Zerg. As I said, this is game 4.
match point.
It is 2 games to 1 in Revival's favour. And well, I'm SC2 England, and my lovely co-caster is Pewy.
Hey guys, and yeah, it's match point now. So that means, of course, if excuse me wins this game, he's the winner of this tournament. If not, it goes to the ace, the last game, and it could go anywhere from that point.
Literally anywhere. It's crazy. Especially in a ZvZ, you don't ever want it to be a best of 1. Like, an ace game in a ZvZ is just crazy scary. So, who knows what will go on. We can only wait and hope, can't we, Pew?
We certainly can, and at the moment there is nothing being built, so it looks like, well, no buildings at least. So it looks like it's going to be either 14 pool or sorry, a pool first or hatch first. So it's a more standard play.
Certainly is. We're not going to see an all-in from either player, to be honest, which is good at this point because Roof has been very, very aggressive. Revival's always been more defensive, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's again, it's never worked out for him that well being aggressive as a Revival. I'm thinking back to that time where he 6-pooled Hyan every time, or like basically pull before Overlord every time against Hyan in the final, and Hyan beat him every time. So clearly Revival is favouring this more economical build, going for a hatch first this game.
Yep, and we have a pool from Roof, but the hatchery is about to come down as also very similar builds, just a bit more safer for Roof.
No,
A bit more.
It's fractionally safer. Economically, it works out pretty similar because you got the Queen earlier, which means you get the extra inject, which is ultimately, yes, the hatch first is slightly better, but the difference is marginal.
Yeah. But the earlier pool is definitely safer.
Yeah, exactly. You're risking a slight bit of economy for slight better safety, and at this stage of the game for Roof, you've got to remember his psychology. If he loses this game,
He's out.
he's out.
Yeah.
So you want to take the safer approach, but likewise, if you're too safe, you're not taking risks, and essentially you win by taking small risks, small calculated risks. Anyway, we've got the extractor coming out for Roof, the extractor up for Revival, so the first 50 gas should go to a Baning Nest after a hatch first.
Yes, and you say this all the time, so let's see if he follows it. Of course, he's probably not. It's Revival. He does what he pleases.
Revival does what he wants, and ultimately, even if he does do what he wants, he's still better than me. By like so much, he's more than entitled to. The only time I'll ever say that like a pro player did the wrong thing is if it's just obviously stupid.
Yeah.
Like being up against like mass marines for like 10 minutes and they didn't make a baning nest, for example.
Yeah, definitely. And there's not really much going on now. Revival still mining gas. His speed is in production. Wait, Revival's gas is in production before. Have I missed something? No.
No, he's got.
That's a bit strange. You think Roof would have it by now since he went for Queen pool first?
Yeah, but his gas came at a very similar time to Revival,
Yeah.
so that's fine. They both do have metabolic boost in production. It's
well.
only a little bit different. Well, it's going to be pretty good. And there's the Baning Nest for Revival, so this is definitely going into a long position. A Spine Crawler being favoured for Rude. Now, the reason the Spine Crawler isn't great is that you can just end up getting. You need those Banings ASAP if there's a big Zergling flood, ultimately. And even if you're not expecting, I still just feel getting the Baning Nest first is better, then get the Spine.
Yeah, just because it covers, you can run around the spine, and Banelands can catch up with you to an extent. Like, the spine's just there.
Yep. And that's exactly what Revival's done. Baning Nest, then the Spine Crawler. But then, Revival is just so pro in what he does. He's the only...
Pretty much.
Aside from Hyan, no one beats him ZvZ.
Yeah, and Hyan has some really sick CVC. Fair enough, he did lose earlier to Foul in this tournament, but it's still
I'd love to see
badass.
the replay of that game. I reckon it must have been a
cheese.
cheese or something. It's the only...
Foul's a little cheesy.
Yeah, it would have been something like a 6, 7 or 8 pool, I reckon. A third base coming out for Revival. That is crazy early in ZvZ. That was what? That must have been about 6 minute 40? Which is super early. Hardly ever see it that soon. But Roach 1 and Evo Chamber coming down. Revival is just macroing up. like
which is of
crazily so.
course
But we do
what
get,
he does best.
yeah, we do yet again though have Roof going for that lair pretty early. He's got the 4 gas, so it's again looking like a 2-base muta play.
Hmm. That's actually a good shout there. The hive is close to finishing, so we should soon find out. But this is exactly the same as game 2, isn't it? Because of course Revival went for a fast third, and Roof spotted it, done a baneline attack like he's about to do now with some Zerglings, and he managed to take it out and then do some amazing damage.
That is
Oh wait, there. Did the 2 banelings just blow up on the shells and kill nothing?
No, it takes 3 banelings to kill morphing banelings.
He just wasted 2 of them there for nothing, and then the banelings finished and killed the Zerglings.
Yep.
So
it's all pretty sick, but this 3rd base could get denied.
and he doesn't cancel. He can't. What the?
Literally, like
That was 99 seconds. That was lag. That stopped. He hit it like 99 seconds in Korea, when over here it was like 100 seconds, and it bugged the game and it cancelled or something.
Like, that was probably the closest you can possibly get to a building finishing.
It popped. I had my thing on the timer. It was at 99 seconds.
No, it did
And
pop. It started the animation of popping. That's how like
That's
crazy
crazy.
close it was.
Koreans.
Absolute insanity.
Alright, now of course Roof is taking his own 3rd while getting mutas, and we do have an extra 2 spine crawlers in production.
There's also 3 spores though coming out for Revival. He's
Nice,
obviously knows
and
what's coming out.
And infestors.
Yep. So to be honest, I think Revival is in the best spot he can be. There's not going to be enough spines if Revival just chooses to go push this spur.
4 spores in production now.
Revival is clearly just going to play this defensively.
And he has a lot of roaches already, plus the roach warren, so I feel like he's probably going to run down and, after a couple of infestors, snipe the 3rd of Roofs. Or maybe just kill his opponent.
Who knows? There's so many options basically,
Oh, 2 banelings blow up on nothing there.
which is never fun. Revival's in
No.
a good spot though. He's not trying to retake his natural, but here comes the queens. Here comes the mutas rather. The queen's gonna go down, but look at all the spores. They're literally everywhere. There's only 1 in each mineral line, and like these 2 at the front, so they're not actually going to be able to engage too well. But the muta control not ideal. Quite a few spore hits go off there, and the queen's going to have to be controlled absolutely perfectly. Additional queens in production though as well here for Revival, and the mutas are pulled back Pew.
Yep, and there's nothing they can do. Infestors are now about 30 seconds away from production. The pathogen glands has started, so they will start with the fungal growth as well, which is always very nice. And of course, queens and fungal growths go very good against mutas.
Exactly. There's nothing you can't. There's nothing more ideal than queens and fungal growth and spores against mutas.
Yeah.
You've just got everything. You've got the anti-air, you've got the fungal growth, which if they stack, wipes them out. But the 3rd base is up and running for Roof. So
Yes, economically, he's 5 harvesters ahead. With the extra base, of course, he has more. But there are. Oh my god, he's gonna try and take down the 3rd. The 3rd gets killed, not even cancelled. He will lose a lot of these.
all the Zerglings will go down.
Zerglings, yeah.
But it was worth
Yep.
it,
But he did kill 2 queens there as well.
which is huge, and that means the mutas are going to be a bit more effective if need
Yes.
be. But Blast's Roof does also have roaches out now as well, so pretty even. And Revival is being forced to take that macro hatch 3rd, which isn't ideal. And of course the mutas are coming back in, and while there are 2 queens there, that means that, well, actually no, there's just a stupid amount of queens for Revival Pew. Just literally.
How many queens does he have?
Well, he has 4, but if 2 were just killed, that means he had 6 queens off of 3 bases, which is just sick.
Yeah, and he's slowly trying to get this overload, but nope.
The
And we have
supply
Hydra.
difference is huge though.
Yeah, it is really big,
That is absolutely massive.
and it's going to continue getting bigger. Really, it's quite strange. Revival actually has more drones. He actually has. Wait, am I seeing this correctly? Revival has 13 more drones, but base less. So that's a bit strange.
But he's just been droning behind it ready. But this is just so many roaches. I don't know if Revival can hold it.
It's looking that way. He's going to have some clutch bungles, but even then, it's going to be so hard. And some banelings just barely do any damage to those roaches.
And just the spread on these roaches is huge. Infested Terran's going down. I think that's a better choice than Fungal Growth.
That's it.
And that's it. Revival's going to have to GG, which levels it up at 2 apiece, and we go into the ace match.
Yeah. Quite exciting.
We are literally just now waiting for Revival to GG. There's nothing he can do.
Yeah. 100 supply V188.
is a no-win situation.
Yes, he's got 12 roaches in production, but there's already 18 roaches in his base. So, yeah.
I mean, it could be the Revival holds this push off, but there's a better arc in the natural, and also
The third's dead.
the third's dead, which means yet again Revival's going to be so far behind.
Good game.
And there's the GG.
So, epic.